This is JordangeVision. Pull up a seat and kick up your feet. Welcome guys. How are we doing? Time for another episode of Beyond Belief. We are on Season 3, Episode 6 now. Season 3 has been going kind of unpredictably. You know, I've gotten a few good scores. I've gotten a few not-so-good scores. Haven't really known what to expect. But yeah, Episode 6 now. We're almost halfway through the season already. Can you believe it? And yeah, without further ado, let's get into Beyond Belief Season 3, Episode 6. Here we go. Before I get started, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and don't forget reacting to art is sharing art. Channels like these benefit everyone from the viewers all the way up to the original creators themselves. Also, a reminder, spoilers are likely, so if you haven't seen this episode yet and would like to, please feel free to click off and take care of that first. I'll be here when you get back. But for those of you who are sticking with me, pull up a seat, kick up your feet. It's time for Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction, Season 3, Episode 6. Here we go. What's that?
A simple white vase set against a simple black background. But is it really so simple? Focus your attention on the black area that outlines the vase.
Aha,
See
yeah.
now, but now let's add to the illusion by spinning the vase.
Okay, there's more?
Now it appears that our two faces are talking to each other.
Oh,
Truth
fun.
and a lie, just
I like
as
that
the
one. That was
stories
cool.
to be judging for what may appear to be as simple as black and white may turn out to have two faces.
I've learned that one many times watching this show. Ooh, what's that?
Auto racing has become one of America's fastest growing sports, and the state of the equipment has grown right along with the sport's popularity.
Yeah.
Tony Ferris mans this console for driver Chipper Dunn. Chipper has had a run of bad luck lately, but with the help of Tony and his console, he's ready to turn things around. However, he's about to find out that some things in his world simply can't be tracked.
I don't really watch auto racing, so I don't know much about the science behind it. Oh!
Later that day, after the races, my crew tried to figure out what went wrong.
This one was mine. I had that trophy in my back pocket.
Just gotta know when to lay off.
For sure.
Up another second place, that'll help your overall points.
Second place ain't winning.
You ain't first or last.
Chief, it's your responsibility to make sure stuff like this doesn't happen.
You wanna fire me?
No, I don't want to fire you.
Sometimes cars will do that.
I knew I was pushing Tony too hard. I love the guy, but I loved winning even more.
All right, come on, fellas. Let's get this
Who
show
doesn't
on the
love
road.
winning, but you know, you don't want to risk your life, right? This is like the one sport where like your heroes could like die any minute, so
She's all
it's
yours,
kind of
buddy.
freaky
Let's see
that
what
way.
she'll do. All right, everything looks good, Chipper. You can open her up.
Righty, let's rock and roll.
Let's start with a slow dance, huh?
He didn't want no slow dance.
I wasn't much good at slow dancing.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
wanted to pump up the volume.
I'm gonna open her up, Tony, and see what she's made of.
Oh. Tony's scared.
Damn it, Chipper, you're redlining too early. Slow it down.
Woo! A lover man.
I don't know much about the sport, but I guess it's
She's got a lot more
knowing when to ease up and
Temperature's spiking. You're gonna have problems if you don't slow down.
Not yet. I gotta see what she can do.
yeah, all the things you gotta think of, like, yeah, the temperature of the engine. I'm learning a lot about auto racing just by watching
Listen,
this.
Chipper, you got a fuel leak. You gotta shut her down, bring her in right now.
Is that gonna be enough to stop
You hear me?
him?
We got a problem, man.
He's ignoring you, Tony.
Think I can push her a little farther.
Oh, your car's gonna blow up, dude.
It was at this point that I saw him. He came out of nowhere.
Okay. That's random.
Tony, you're not. There's some guy in an old race car on the track.
Chipper, get out there with a sign. We gotta stop him right now.
Tony, I've lost you.
Have you really lost him, or you just want to keep going?
I didn't know what he would do next, but I never expected him to stop.
Oh. Oh, wow. You almost rear-ended him. That'll teach you to listen to your crew, bro.
Tony, did you see that guy? He could have killed us both.
What guy?
The guy in an old race car. You had to see him. He hit the brakes right in front of me. I almost nailed him.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I knew that was about to happen, too. He could have been in there.
Wasn't for that driver, I'd be dead.
Chipper, yours is the only car on the track here. You're all alone out here.
So Chipper's the only one who saw him.
It had a number 1 on it.
Number one.
Yeah. Tony, what's wrong?
Oh, it's one of Tony's
My granddad
relatives.
drove a Bugatti. His number was 1. It's a car he died in almost 70 years ago.
So he was saved by Tony's grandfather.
Did he really see another driver on the track? If so, why didn't anyone else see him? Where were the tire tracks of the other car?
Talk about that one. Chipper's the only one who saw the mystery ghost car. So since he's the only one who saw it, he swerved something that was, in his own mind, right? So it's all up to, what he saw. No one else has to really see it because it's his imagination. So there is that little detail about how did Chipper know what Tony's granddad drove. But I guess it's possible, Chipper and Tony have been together for a while, and maybe Tony told that story before. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's possible that, that could have been in Chipper's mind during the drive. And I think I'm going to say, Chipper avoided something that he saw in his own mind, and I believe the story. I'm going to mark it as true. All right, we got one down, 4 to go.
Many wedding dresses are handed down from generation to generation, mother to daughter, sister to sister. In fact, few things can bring sisters closer together than a wedding or tear them farther apart.
Oh, ain't that the truth?
Camille is marrying Kevin Blair, a man her sister Rhoda loves.
Oh, there's some
Before this
silly
dress
rivalry
is
right
through,
there.
Camille and Rhoda Pratt had never gotten along. Their friends couldn't believe that they both came from the same parents. Camille was considered a saint by all
Sometimes
who
it's
knew her.
like that, man.
Rhoda had always been jealous of her sister. She just couldn't bear to see her marry Kevin.
I think that the name
a man
Cain
she
was on the
wanted
screen
to
right
marry.
now because it's like a female Cain and Abel right there.
Maybe now, finally, we can put everything behind us and become friends.
We'll never be friends, Camille. I'm the one who should be wearing that gown, not you.
You can borrow it after her.
You are a sick woman, Rhoda. You should get some help.
Something tells me she ain't getting it. Right in front of her.
For the next 3 years, Camille and Kevin had nothing but happiness, including 2 wonderful children. But then tragedy struck. Camille contracted a rare blood disease while on vacation in the tropics. Home, her
that
doctors
sucks.
couldn't arrange. Camille had very little time left.
I hope Rhoda didn't somehow do this.
I'll take over, Kevin. The kids are calling for you.
Thanks, Rhoda. I'm so glad you're here.
He doesn't want to leave.
See the kids. See you later.
I'm a little
Camille
scared
fought
Rhoda's
to
going to
summon
finish
all
the
her
job.
strength.
You're taking advantage of a very caring man at his most vulnerable moment.
Wouldn't put it past her.
Must be the
Rhoda, I am warning you. Leave my family alone.
Just rest, Camille. Kevin and the children will be in good hands.
Oh, man. What's going to happen right there?
Her final request was that she be buried in her beautiful wedding gown. But Rhoda
Ah.
had other ideas for the funeral.
Don't tell me you're going to steal it off her.
Excuse me. Would you mind very much, please, leaving me alone with my poor sister?
Not at all.
Oh, you didn't know these two, brother. She really is going to steal the gown, isn't she?
Take my gown now, thank you.
Oh my god.
Nobody ever knew that Rhoda switched the dress.
I mean,
In the
they'd probably
time that
figure it out
followed,
when she got
Rhoda
married in it.
practically
Made a cake. Thought you might like to lick the spoon.
Thanks.
I'd like to lick the spoon.
I don't know what the kids and I would do without you.
That was what Camille wanted. And it's been
Was it?
6 months. I do love the kids, but what they need is a full-time mom. And what you need is a full-time wife.
Moving fast.
I could never replace Camille. We
But
both
on the other
agree
hand,
one
you're
thing.
going to try to replace Camille.
You and I.
He's kind of liking it, but he feels
So
awkward.
Rhoda's wedding day finally arrived. She celebrated by wearing the dress she had taken off her dead sister's embalmed body.
Beautiful.
A little hot? You're about to get hotter where you're going.
Your gown looks an awful lot like Camille's.
Really? What a coincidence.
Yeah, he noticed.
What's that smell?
I don't smell anything.
I think it's coming from your dress.
I'm just wearing my usual perfume.
Are you all right?
She didn't look alright.
Till death do you part.
Well,
Rhoda Pratt died that afternoon. Coroner
Easy.
theorized that death was due to extreme heat combined with a severe allergic reaction. An allergy?
allergy to embalming fluid. Wow.
Rhoda Pratt, or maybe, as most of the wedding guests believed, her sister's spirit prevented the marriage.
I can believe that too.
Make your decision on whether this story is fact or fiction. But don't be married to it.
I'll try not to. Okay. It's very far-fetched that, someone would actually steal a dress off a dead body in a coffin. But is it impossible? I don't think it is. a person could, ask the minister, can I have a minute alone with my sister, yada, yada, yada. And the dresses could be switched, Probably wouldn't take a lot of time. As crazy as the idea is, it's not impossible. Maybe there is an allergy to embalming fluid. I've never really worked closely with embalming fluid, I don't think a lot of people have. So I don't know what kind of reaction that would have on living skin. So yeah, I don't know if people get allergic to it or whatever, but I'm thinking that's possible too. I'm going to take a big, giant leap here and say that this story is also true. And if it is, I'm sure it comes with a lesson. If you ever steal a dress or a suit or whatever, off a corpse, put it through the laundry. Wash off all the embalming fluid. Okay. Okay, weird lessons aside, let's go on to the next one.
The moon.
All right.
Man has walked on its surface. We've even made maps of its craters and terrains, yet it still holds a world of mystery. Crime statistics go up with a full moon, along with incidents of erratic behavior. It's no wonder words like lunatic and lunacy have Luna as their root.
My patient, Sheldon Ludovic, thought he was under the curse of the werewolf. He didn't grow hair
Oh
or
man,
fangs.
Eclipse.
Agreed to speak to you because I need you to save my life.
I'm being
Tell me
attacked
how
by
I
a
can
werewolf.
You must first believe my story.
Easier
The
said
others
than
don't.
done.
They think I'm mad. I assure you, I'm not mad.
You look kind of mad.
1 year ago, I took a trip to Romania to do some research.
So like near Transylvania. There are vampires in the story too?
Full moon.
Yeah. There you go.
The attack was swift and vicious.
Do you have any scars or anything? Oh,
I began to howl uncontrollably.
oh
The thing
no.
I remember was waking up in a local jail charged with assault and battery.
We got a Professor Lupin in our hands.
Then on whatever the result of my many arrests, I was fired from the university.
Happened to Professor Lupin too.
Tell me what happened when there was a full moon.
I just locked myself in my room. Only one night I was working late
Yeah.
at the library. Lost track of the time.
Yeah. The return of the big bad wolf.
There's gonna be a full moon tonight.
Oh no. Better end that appointment quick.
I recently received a copy of a rare book from a Romanian monastery. I read through it looking for some possible clue to help me out of my fate.
Is there a way out?
It was written that when there's a total eclipse of the full moon, all the werewolves of the world will die.
Oh no.
Only those not exposed to the eclipse will survive.
So I guess there's an
Next
eclipse tonight?
eclipse.
So you want me to move you to a windowless room till after the eclipse has passed?
If you do that for me, you'll save my life.
Do you have one?
You believe my story, Doctor?
I believe you think you're a werewolf, Mr. Ludovic.
I think your story is
I will
beyond
talk to the
belief.
director and have you moved to a windowless room tonight.
Is it gonna work?
If I acted on every request every patient made, this place would truly be a madhouse.
But his delusions are very real, Dr. Aldous.
But the inmates running the asylum, right?
I know all about Ludovic, and this hospital will not reinforce his delusions.
Has anyone ever checked it out?
I disagreed with my supervisor, but he was the boss. The hard part was going to be telling Ludovic.
Especially telling him when the moon's out.
I did everything I could.
Yeah, he's turning right now.
I'll stay here with you.
No.
Oh,
I
don't do
want
that.
you to do that. It's not safe.
Oh, you're gonna die.
Sheldon, you're not going to die. In 10
I have a
years
feeling he's
of
about to die.
psychiatric prep, the amazing thing about him was that as scared as he was, he refused to give up.
Can you put curtains on the windows? That be enough? There it goes.
He died.
Of natural causes, Doctor.
It happened exactly the way the doctor said it would, and you're still in denial.
But in the next few moments, I was about to learn the depth of that suffering.
Oh, what?
And the truth of
Claws. Yep. He actually did turn into a wolf.
Is Sheldon Ludovic an example of a genuine werewolf? Or was he simply a man who had lost his mind? Medical books list examples of a condition called lycanthropy. People who take on wolf-like behavior, often in the presence of...
Talk about that one. I think lycanthropy is a real thing. Like, it doesn't actually turn you into a wolf, but, like, it makes you kind of act like one, you know? It doesn't, like, actually give you claws and make you able to, claw a door like that. Like, maybe the guy has some signs of lycanthropy, but werewolves aren't real. Come on. Like, come on. And the whole death when he thinks he's gonna die too is a little crazy as well. So yeah, like if it was just lycanthropy and not like an actual werewolf story, I think I could believe it, but I think I'm gonna mark this one as fiction. And again, it's one of those where I wouldn't be surprised if I was wrong about this one, but it's just too crazy. It really is. So, all right, we got two more. Let's move on to story number 4.
Years ago, these items were a part of most American homes. Today, they've become valuable antiques. One
Which
might
ones?
wonder if Dr. Edwin P. Costin is a man who appreciates his past, but today he's in a personal crisis. He's lost the will to practice medicine.
But lately he had been seeing fewer and fewer patients. I could sense he was slipping into a depression, so I suggested we take some time off and
Happens
travel
to us
down
all,
some
even
country
doctors.
road. I was beginning to fear that he might never practice medicine again.
Sometimes you just lose your zest for it.
Are you sure you really want to go in there, Kay? Looks more like a junk shop than an antique store.
Love these old places. Come on, Edwin. You never know what you'll find when you get inside.
Could be some good stuff in there.
I had picked some time to go sightseeing. The entire South was in the midst of a record heat wave, which didn't help Edwin's mood.
Yeah,
Didn't
I
want
get
to
cranky when
admit
it's hot,
that
too.
Edwin and it was impossible to tell the antiques from the junk. And the eccentric owner didn't seem to help matters either.
Well, hey there!
I mean, the owner's going to tell you none of it's junk.
You wouldn't happen to have something cold to drink, would you?
Oh, sorry, like I said, there ain't no electricity. But
Well,
I
that's
do
gotta
have
suck.
some homemade lemonade. There ain't no ice, but at least it's wet.
At least it's liquid, I guess.
Lemonade sweet enough for y'all?
I'm going to guess it's not sweet enough for him. Oh. What do you see?
Look at this.
What is it?
It's an old icebox, like the kind my grandmother had.
An icebox.
When I was 8 years old, it was my job to carry ice to my grandma's every other day. It was my special chore. A lot of kids my age were quitting school, going off on their own. I even ran away once, but after a few hours, I began to worry about who was keeping grandma's icebox filled.
Sometimes that's how it is.
If it wasn't for her, I probably never would have become a doctor.
You know, maybe this is the thought that's going to push him to continue.
It was just brought in this morning.
Thank you.
Okay.
But we're not really interested.
Oh, why not?
You
Oh,
gotta help me.
what's
My
going on?
brother's collapsed.
Oh,
He
no.
was working and he just passed out.
Okay, get my bag.
It's got some doctoring to do.
Gotta get his body temperature down immediately. I need ice, some wet sheets. Like
The
I
ice
told
box.
you, they ain't no... This man will die if we don't cool him down.
Find the icebox. Oh, oh. The icebox is leaking.
Edwin!
You thirsty?
There's ice in there.
Well, how'd that get there?
Get them sheets. Get something to break that ice up with.
It'll melt pretty quick in that heat.
How you doing?
Saved his life.
How did that block of ice get in that box?
I don't know.
Magic?
Like a miracle.
I don't believe it.
Oh.
It's my name. Right where I carved it with an ice.
That is his grandma's icebox.
This is my grandma's icebox.
Wow.
Edwin and I purchased the icebox, and it sits in our home today. Edwin hasn't suffered a crisis of confidence since.
That's a great story.
Was the icebox delivered to Daddy Mac's store with the ice already inside?
I don't know.
Is this story based
Could it be?
on solid reality?
In heat like
Or is it
that?
his
Talk about that one. I guess it's not out of the realm of possibility that, you know, he could discover his grandma's old icebox again. They said it was like miles away, right, too? But how many miles? Like 100 miles? Like 1,000 miles? Like, it is kind of strange that there was ice inside of it. Even if they did sell it with ice inside of it, like, in heat like that, the ice wouldn't last. That's where I'm kind of having trouble believing this. I mean, it's a wonderful story. It's a very feel-good story, but is it a believable one? I don't know if it is. It just seems so well constructed to me and so circumstantially perfect. I don't know if it actually happened, so I'm going to mark this one as fiction. Okay, we've got one more, and then we find out how we did. So, last story of the episode. Here we go.
One of the things that brings people together is the joy of cooking.
Unless you're Gordon Ramsay, it's raw.
There's something else stirring this particular day, and it'll take all the power at their command to survive the ordeal.
Wonder what that's about. Spaghetti? Some kind of pasta?
Oh, dear. Guess I'll never be a card shark. Oh,
Aw.
just fine. Now, if we could
only get Regina away from that stove, we could get the game started.
Come on, Regina.
Someone's got to cook.
Hold your horses, girls. I don't want to hear any complaint if the sauce isn't just right.
You're already hearing complaints, so.
Well, I just love our little get-togethers every Thursday.
She's right. There's just no substitute in life for old friends.
You just like getting away from Ralph.
That too.
Come on,
Yeah.
girls. Let's play some gin rummy. I'm feeling lucky today.
Time to play. Just don't leave that sauce unattended too long. Oh, what's going on? The burglar?
It's amazing what my little grandson Claude can do with finger paints. His teacher thinks he has real talent.
But when I finger paint, I'm just crazy.
She's just so cute in that tutu. I can't stand it.
All talking about their grandkids.
It's probably just one of the neighbors with some homemade jam.
I hope it's jam.
Yes?
Oh, no, 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 no. Yep. I knew there was something wrong with that guy.
Shut up, you bunch of old ninnies, before I kill you all. Shut up!
I mean, they're old ladies. They're probably not going to fight you.
Come on. Y'all gotta have more than this.
Expecting to have $1 million cash on hand?
Okay, everybody down in this basement. Come on, let's go.
Just accept it, dude. You robbed the wrong house.
If you leave right now, I promise you won't get yourself into any more trouble.
Oh, please tell me that's an empty threat.
What do you think he's going to do?
Well, he's probably going to gather up all the valuables in the house, and then he'll come back down here and murder us all in our own fashion.
Oh, look on the bright side.
You're scaring us. It's so dark down here.
I mean, everyone's already scared.
You're nothing but a bunch of cheap junk.
Do they even have a TV or anything?
Candles make a big difference.
You know what? I'm kind of having a thought. They left that sauce on the stove. I wonder if anything's going to happen with that. Oh, wow. Did a knife just fall off the thing on it?
It's all going to be okay. We just have to have a little faith.
I think we should all hold hands.
It's almost like a seance.
Oh, spirit of darkness, now.
Well, this escalated quickly. Maybe it's working. Yeah, that thing's bubbling. I know this in particular probably didn't happen, but it's amazing they thought of a rhyme like that so quickly. Oh! Got him. Lucky they had a pentagram right there.
Passerby heard the strange noises coming from the house and called the police. When they arrived, the thief was still unconscious on the kitchen floor. Neighbors told the police that they had come to expect odd sights and sounds whenever the ladies had their little Thursday get-together. And if our ladies were not really witches, why did they have access to and knowledge of so many things associated with witchcraft?
I mean, everyone has hobbies. Talk about that one. Well, are witches real? Not really. Is witchcraft, like, a common hobby? It's more common than we think, actually, I think. And these four ladies maybe share a common interest in it, you know? You know, maybe they were down there, maybe they were kind of using it to get themselves through a difficult time, and meanwhile the thief was up there kind of rooting around and, you know, had some accidents, you know? I'm not saying, you know, the witchcraft that the ladies were chanting caused those accidents, but maybe the guy just was having trouble finding his way around and, you know, the pot bubbled over and, you know, some stuff fell on him and kind of incapacitated him, you know, and it saved the lady's life. So logically, I guess, even if I don't think the witchcraft, like, caused all that, I still think, you know, correlation may not be causation in this case, but I still think it's a believable story. So I'm going to mark this last one as true. Okay, so I have marked stories 1, 2, and 5 as true. I've marked stories 3 and 4 as fiction. Let's find out how we did.
And now it's time to see which of our stories are inspired by actual events and which are totally made up. Let's look back at the story of the race car driver whose life was saved by a ghostly apparition. True or false?
I said true. You know, racetrack or no racetrack, if someone pulled in front of me like that, I might flip them off.
this story have possibly happened? According to our research, it happened to a driver on the West Coast in the mid-'80s.
All right, got that one.
How about the story of the battling sisters who fought even after they were separated by death? Fact or fiction?
Rhoda.
So I said fact on this one too.
We'll never be friends, Camille.
Oh, that
Wanda
look.
should be wearing that gown, not you. Kevin should be marrying me.
Never
Maybe looks can kill.
You are a sick woman, Rhoda. You should get some help.
Wrong.
According to published reports, this one was inspired by an actual event.
Okay. 2 for 2.
Let's review the story of the doomed soul who believed he was cursed as a werewolf. True or false?
So I said false.
Life is still precious even to a werewolf.
Was this story inspired by an actual event? Not this time.
Okay.
Made it up.
3 for 3. Great start.
Let's look back at the story of the mysterious icebox that gave the doctor back his will to practice medicine.
This man will die.
I love this story, but I said it was fiction.
There's ice in this thing.
Did you think this one was fact? We played a trick on it. It's fiction.
Yes. Okay. 4 for 4. Chance for 5. Let's see.
How about the story of the little old ladies who were experts at the art of witchcraft? True or false?
Okay. I said true. If this is true, I've got my second 5 out of 5. I'd be freaked out too.
Our research shows this one happened on the East Coast. It's fact.
There it is.
Maybe it's time to accept that some things go beyond our ideas of truth and fall into a category that can best be described.
Maybe it's time to accept you didn't fool me. I got my second 5 out of 5. Okay. So we'll wrap this up. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another Beyond Belief reaction. Another 5 out of 5, guys. Real proud of myself, you know. I thought, if you guys will recall, the first 4 episodes of Season 3, I got a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. Not in that order, but I got all of those in the first 4 episodes. And I thought maybe, you know, episode 5, maybe I'll get a 5. And, you know, it happened an episode late, but, yeah, I got myself another 5. Thought it might take a while before I got another 5, but I'm proud. Had my instincts going on that one, and, yeah, I'm happy. Maybe we'll see if we get another one next time, but that will have to wait until I post another Beyond Belief video. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Check out my sports vlogging channel, JordangeVlogs. Until next time, this is Jordan saying you can be productive sitting at home on your couch. All you need is a TV, a great catalog, and a vision. This has been JordangeVision. Have a great one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.